Lana Del Rey, such a hugely loved pop star. Delighted to say that we have exclusive new music for you right now on the phone. Is Lana Del Rey on the other side of this.
This is Annie Mac on BBC Radio 1. Weeknights from 7.
Delighted to say we have Lana Del Rey on the line from Los Angeles. Hello, Lana. How are you?
Hello. I'm good. Thank you.
It's an exciting, evening here in London for you with 2 tracks dropping right now. I Love You and The Greatest.
Yep.
There's so much to talk about. I don't know where to start, but tell me about, first of all, I Love You, because we're going to press play on that. Tell me about that.
That one was the last track I did for the record, and I wanted also something with some surf drums. So we did that last, and it's just a little bit of a mood track, and I knew that I wanted to do a video where I was surfing in it. So it was more of like a fun thing to put together. And then as we were shooting the little music video, we were shooting in Long Beach, and I was like, you know what? We should also just do a quick video for this song called The Greatest also, because that one's about Long Beach. So luckily we got to do 2 and put them together as one 8-minute video. And yeah, I just thought they were 2 good tracks to put out next.
And the world is going to see you surfing?
Well, trying. I mean, something like surfing.
So the album you're talking of, Norman, I wish I could say it as it should be said, but Norman Rockwell is dropping Friday week. Your 6th album, and it just feels like you're in a really good place and enjoying your creative process.
I am. And I was before, but there was just so much more to it. There was just so many more layers, I feel like, over the last maybe 8-9 years. And I think one thing that makes it a little easier now is there's so many more like eclectic artists that people don't really ask as many of the harder questions, as in, what's wrong with you? If you write a sad song, it's a little bit easier to just be like, well, that was the mood I'm in, and that was just what I wrote. So yeah, I am enjoying it more because I know that transitional period between writing and putting it out is just a little smoother.
Lana, you mentioned earlier on in the conversation about the idea of this being your 6th album and the idea of the complications around making an album and the creative process being stripped away. How can you tell me more about that? I'm interested in that and how you've managed to simplify the process and kind of evolve as an artist and know exactly what you want and how you want it done.
Well, I think the creative process, while I'm alone and with whoever my producing partner is, that's always been easy. It's more like afterwards, just kind of, I don't always want to talk about it afterwards. So that's the part where, I used to think more about. But in terms of putting out each record, like, whether it was Ultraviolence that had a little bit of a different sound to Born to Die, or this one which has a little bit of a different sound to all of the other records, I never worry too much about it, which is probably why it's so easy for me. Like I don't really worry too much about whether it will fit into the rest of what's going on.
I think that's key. I was talking to someone about you today, and we were both saying the reason why you stand out as an artist is because you stand out for not fitting in, if you know what I mean. You never feels like you've ever wanted to do that or aspired to. You're in your own lane. Happily, it feels.
Yeah. I really treasure like my friends and my fellow artists who I know who really value like that place of coming from, like what you're authentically, what your soul is feeling, you're turning all the way inward and putting that down and knowing that there's like real merit, real value to just telling your own life story and a life examined through song and dance. And it's really sometimes like when I'm on stage with my 2 girlfriends who dance with me on like as our show has progressed, I think, isn't this amazing? Like my life has become about like self-expression through song and like this kind of interpretive dance, and it's very, sometimes I just kind of feel so lucky, like it's just a really creative process.
Well, listen, Lana, it is always such a pleasure to speak to you. Thank you for your time.
Thank you so much. Thank you for playing the record. I'm so excited about it.
So let's play this track then off the album dropping Friday week. This is I Love You. This is Lana Del Rey. New music.